Welcome to Spatial Revisited. My name is Tony Rogers and this is Reality Forward. I wanted to briefly review many of the advancements and improvements that Spatial has included in their latest release. What you see here is a screencasting implementation from a MacBook Pro. You can have up to 2 of these screencasts per session. And imagine having 30 engineers in the same environment, all manipulating 3D models, CAD drawings, building information system, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, all kinds of different types of proof of concepts that you can share in real time. And I think this is amazing. They have a couple other advancements that are extraordinary to include language recognition and translation, which means that if you're speaking to somebody in another country, they have included up to 40 different languages to be translated in real time. And this has always been a significant sticking point for developers across the world as we create proof of concepts and applications always in 1 or 2 different languages. Now this system can help us streamline and mitigate and eliminate the communication issues that we have when we're communicating with project managers around the world. It's truly incredible. I really applaud their entire organization for including all of these individual improvements in the application and the platform. And again, I come back to something I've previously discussed many times, is if you're an organization and you're not thinking about spatial computing and virtual reality and immersive environments to empower and educate your own technicians, your engineers, your project managers, your sales staff and marketing team, then you're being reactive and not proactive. And essentially what's going to happen, in my opinion, I foresee thousands of organizations over the next 2 years will simply go out of business because they're looking past in their past successes to look forward in the future to try to estimate where they can be successful. And this is always a recipe for disaster. In this new age, in the last 12 months, we've accelerated 15 years. You need to adopt innovative, disruptive technologies as quickly as possible. You have to fail fast. You have to race to that edge of emerging technology as quick as possible because competitors are out there and they are learning very fast. They're very nimble. They're very agile. And they're implementing and adopting these types of technologies exceedingly quickly, and it's incredible, okay? And many of the other advancements outside of this, again, are just the improvements in the overall structure of the application. You can now, create environments with an Apple iPad Pro 12, and you can scan all that with a light imaging detection and ranging system, scan it in volumetrically, and then you can share that environment. So for example, if you're in a data center environment and you want to scan a switch to your room, a skid, a generator, a service entrance, you can go out and scan that entire environment and then bring it into your team's environment, and then you can overlay individual 3D models so it looks like you're actually sitting or standing in that volumetric place in 3D. It's simply extraordinary, and Spatial is absolutely the best application right now for holoportation and teleportation. I've used them all, and this is the best on any level, on any measurable level whatsoever. And I continue to applaud their entire team for designing all of these improvements, but also listening to developers and their feedback. That's very important. There's a lot of applications out there, and to include the new Microsoft Mesh, that's also incredible, right? But what Spatial has been doing over the last 2 years is listening to everybody in the spatial computing industry, in Magic Leap, in the Oculus Quest 2, within the Microsoft MVP community, and they are quickly improving this application to a level now where if you are a project manager, if you're a construction team, and you're not using this application, then you're not doing your team a service. You're actually doing them a disservice, okay? But I just wanted to briefly review this. I will be showcasing this in new training simulations that I have in the data center environment, in critical infrastructure, in safety, NFPA that I've previously showcased over the last 2 weeks. It's really amazing. So cool to show 3D models. We can break them apart, their billing and materials, to show you what individual coils and breakers and contactors are doing in real time. It's simply fantastic. Thank you so much for paying attention to this very brief review of all the advancements and improvements that the Spatial team has implemented in their latest release. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. Hello and welcome back. I wanted to add some additional context in regards to data center GUI, supervisor control and data acquisition system, BMS systems, and just various displays and mobile computing in general. Now what you see in front of me here is just a 13.5 volt valve regulated lead acid battery, 6 2-volt cells in series. We use these in simulation training now in our new virtual reality immersive educational platform, and I continue to build on that in the future. But what I see in the future as Apple Eyeglass comes out and the Oculus Quest 3 or the HoloLens 2S, HoloLens 3, as they continue down the evolution of the IVAS system with the Army, as I discussed previously, they won a $22 billion contract yesterday over 10 years with 120,000 devices. That's unbelievable. But as we look at this stuff, I don't believe in the future that we'll see screens like this with mobile computers. You'll have so many different HMDs, so many different types of glasses and spatial computers. Well, you'll just simply log into the microcontroller or the brain or the GPU when you first come up to the system, and that will be your display. You'll log in and see 3 to 5 to 10 different digital displays, and this will be a very powerful improvement. And just think about the ROI for various organizations that have 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 screens in emergency call centers. Immediately overnight, they're going to save so much power, just from moving to mobile electronics on the new Qualcomm 888 series past the XR2. And I absolutely believe with every ounce of my being that the displays we see today are antiquated, and in the very near future, all of this stuff will be moved away and we will have holographic floating displays everywhere to include inside data centers. This is something I've been working on for quite a while, moving away from display type technology. When you walk up to a UPS, when you walk up to a generator or a switchgear or a low voltage breaker, or you walk into the main area of a data center where it is simulating and visualizing all the different points coming back on Modbus or SMTP. I want to take all of those huge 65-inch screens away, that whole wall. I want to move them all away and move into a holographic system where, depending on your administrative authority, you see certain types of alarms. They get brought to you personally. They track you down in the data center. It's really an amazing concept. I can't wait to show this to you in the very near future. But I wanted to kind of bring this up to the front here, whereas in my mind of imagination, where I see this stuff going, where I also see opportunities for investments in certain types of organizations and technologies as it relates to displays or non-display type of GUIs moving forward in spatial computing, virtual reality, and immersive experiences and beyond. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you for always tuning in to Reality Forward. Bye-bye. Pull in the cameras. Here's one. Nice. Zoom in and out. Second. We got our battery right here. There's me in the corner of neural net, and oh, there's another Tony Rogers in this space. Let's take a look here. Look how amazing this is. So you could have 30, 40 different engineers in the same space, all sharing the same content in real time. It's amazing.